So therefore you can obviously understand that it doesn't make any sense to do outlandish predictions and say like, okay, we're gonna have all these cars, we're gonna have this Lamborghini, or we're gonna have these amazing houses. Like, it doesn't make any sense. What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Another Saturday on Female Talking. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I did a couple of videos previously on this topic, different stuff that I learned from my previous relationships, and therefore some learnings that I know and that I learned and that I've been analyzing them, and therefore I do not want to repeat them in the future. And those are learnings that for me, and probably also for you, in case you're watching this video, that are really important and that you should avoid and learn from them in order to not repeat them in the future. So let's get started. The first one is bragging, and obviously I'm not a person that brags a lot. It's not something that to be proud of. Like, be bragging, it doesn't, I mean, yeah, it can be funny to brag sometimes, about some stupid shit, but bragging in the sense of like doing it a lot and being really proud of something that you achieved, I mean, that's not gonna give you good things in return. So therefore, it's definitely, you should avoid bragging, because it doesn't provide anything valuable for you. It's actually worse for you, because you're like putting yourself, like saying that you're better than the other person, and maybe the other person has much more money or has a much better social status, and then when you realize about that, you're gonna be like, fuck, I fucked it up, or like, I'm stupid, and therefore it's important to never brag. The second thing that I learned, and probably is also kind of like not mistake, but something that is not obviously good to do, and it's like to say a lot, say like, yeah, exactly, doing, and that is to say a lot and do outlandish predictions, or like something that it's gonna happen at some point, but saying a lot and not doing anything, or like taking a lot of time to do something. And obviously it's important to take time in order to, I don't know, for example, buy a car with your partner, or buy a house with your partner. I mean, this takes a lot of time to decide you want to do that with that person, because obviously if it's not the correct person, then you're gonna have a lot of financial problems. So like when it comes to assets, she maybe gets 50% or you get 50%, and then it can be maybe a bit difficult. So it's something that you need to be sure about, but therefore a good idea is to not say a lot, like to not say a lot, or like looking a lot on the future. Yeah, obviously it's important to look at the future, but do not plan super ahead and making predictions and saying that you're gonna go to the Maldives, someday, do a super cool trip, but if you're not gonna do it tomorrow, or like maybe in 6 months, so it's not like you're not booking a flight now and you're saying, okay, we're gonna go there. Don't say it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. That's something that I learned myself, to say stuff that you are not sure you're gonna be doing, and especially you're not sure you're gonna be doing that maybe with that person. Maybe you do it with a friend or with your family. So definitely it's important to not talk more than doing. So do not talk a lot and do nothing. It's better to show it with actions than just like talking and doing predictions that maybe they do not happen. So why to risk by doing that prediction? The third one, and this is something that I apply also myself on my own life, not like with a partner. So like, even if I'm single, then it's also important to realize that it's better to keep your wins for yourself, and therefore do not show off or like flex with people, or like on purpose, obviously. So it's better to keep your wins for yourself. And in case you don't have wins, obviously, what are you gonna be sharing? Obviously, do not share lies. But by not sharing your wins and what you achieved, and let other people discover those wins. For example, imagine you work in a super prestigious company, like, I don't know, you work, for example, for Amazon, or for a super nice TV, or like for someone super popular, like a famous person. And like, if you say that, I think it's funny, because I dated once a girl that she literally told me she had as a neighbor a famous football player from Spain. And like, in that point, she told me that, and I was like thinking, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, I was thinking, I don't give a fuck who is your neighbor, So she was like trying to show off that she had famous people, because she was living in a like rich neighborhood, and she, like, the people around her were like rich, but this doesn't show anything from the person, I mean, I was like, okay, so not getting any good impression from her, because it doesn't prove anything. And therefore she was like maybe showing off in that situation, like her win about like living next to a famous person, or like living next to a famous football player. But this is kind of like the same concept, like explaining your wins and not letting other people see that. You know, for example, in case I was going to her place and I see that famous football player, I was like, what the fuck, they are neighbors. And then I would be more impressed by that achievement, if you want to call it, than the other way around, you know, like she showing off that she lives next to a famous person. And therefore same happens with your job. If you work in a super prestigious company or your business makes millions, then you are rich, or you have a super nice house, a super nice car. By not showing off all this stuff and keeping them for yourself until someone else realizes about that, it's going to be much better that the person discovers that than you showing it to that person. And this is something that I learned not so long ago, and it proves a lot from the person that is like that. It tells a lot, basically. And the fourth is, and probably this is the most important, is to, no matter what, no matter with which kind of girl you are, in my opinion, you should always keep financial education and financial advice from maybe other people that are doing really good, or from yourself, the learnings that you have. But always having financial education, even that the girl, she has maybe like more like a poor mindset and spending maybe a lot of money on like rent, or on like going out, on spending all time on TikTok, you know, all day on TikTok, and buying shitty stuff, or like stuff that she sees there but she actually doesn't need. For example, maybe she wants to live in a super huge apartment, you know, and she's like telling you, no, we should move to a big apartment, or like a big apartment of like 100 square meters. You're gonna pay it for it because you're the man, right? And in these situations, it's like, I would like to do that, but maybe right now I don't want to do that because it's not financially intelligent to do that movement. So maybe you should wait, you know, like living here, and maybe when I make more money, or like we make more money, then we move to a bigger place. And this is something that so many people do not realize. They are just like living life, like, you know, it's like jumping out, like if it was like a park with a lot of flowers and with a lot of butterflies, and a happy life, yuppie life, you know. And life is not easy. This is not like that, you know. You cannot expect man to save you. And therefore, either that the girl tells you, or the woman tells you, that your girlfriend tells you, that should keep financial intelligence all the time. And if she tells you, yeah, we should move to a bigger apartment, or like to a huge house and start paying the mortgage and stuff like that, you know, and everything is going to be for you, you know, because maybe you're the one making more money than her, be financially intelligent and do not make that movement because of her telling you. So yeah, that was pretty much it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna have a good video tomorrow because I'm going off to Poland, so make sure you check out this channel again, because it's gonna be really cool experience actually. And then later on November, I'm gonna go to 2 new places, which are also gonna be, I'm gonna be vlogging a lot, and you'll discover it. So yeah, as always, thank you so much. Have a nice night, or a nice day in case you're watching that during the day. And as always, remember to stay friendly.